What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Wokey Bucks, and I'm back again with another video. So the topic that I'll be discussing in this video today is in regards to Kid Cudi wearing a dress. One thing that y'all gotta understand is that this is gonna be one of the most serious videos that I've ever made. All jokes aside, this is gonna be one of the most serious videos that I've ever made. The one thing that y'all gotta understand is that this that we are seeing right here is an attack on masculinity. This society, this world is promoting agendas that are of Satan and not of God. Let me repeat that again. This society and this world, right? All the countries, most of the countries, if not all of the countries of this world, are promoting satanic agendas and not godly agendas. When God created man, God created men, right? And man to be masculine, not feminine. Dresses are associated with femininity, right? Pants and shirts are associated with masculinity. That's not to say that women cannot wear shirts, but I believe you get the point, right? The point here is that men are not meant to wear dresses. Now, if you want to consider a kilt, which is an Irish or Scottish skirt, that's another thing. That's traditional. I'm not knocking them. They do their own thing. But I'm talking about the dresses like he was wearing, right? That is not okay. Why? Because it promotes femininity in men. And then when you have weak men in this society, they don't get respected. You already have so many agendas that are trying to dethrone men, with women saying that ends aren't, you feel what I'm saying? And people saying that they're a strong, independent woman or woman. When you claim that you are strong and independent, that is a false saying. Why? Because all of the money that you are getting from this society, right? All of the money, or most of the money, let me say, just in case, like some people don't, but most of the money that you are getting from this world, it comes from men, right? Whether it's OnlyFans, right? A lot of women in this society especially are on that OnlyFans wave where they're doing what they're doing, right? Posting themselves naked on social media in order to get attention, in order to get money from simps. Because the one thing that this society realizes, and especially, is that the easiest thing to take advantage of is horny men. Let me repeat that again. The easiest people to take advantage of are horny men, right? Talk about welfare. Most of the people in government, what are they? Like, what gender are they? Men. What gender are they? Men. So let's talk about the African American community. Let's just shift over a little bit. African American community, right? The United States government has promoted the African American community, at least when it comes to the women, encouraging them to go on welfare and to not build families, right? And that's not to say that there aren't any African American men out there that are not doing their jobs as fathers and that are not taking care of their children. But the government plays a role in that. That's the one thing that y'all gotta understand. When the government plays a role in that, it's harder to be able to unite the families together. You don't see any other quote unquote race in this country, right, being promoted as much when it comes to single motherhood, like African American people or African American women, right? That's the one thing that y'all got to understand. These are tactics that are used to dethrone masculinity because they want to get rid of the man so that the woman can be in charge, the woman can be the leader. But the one thing that y'all got to understand is that women do not have the capability to lead. Let me repeat that again. Women do not have the capability to lead. That's not to say that I hate women. That's not to say that us masculine men, that we hate women. But the thing is that when it comes to the nitty-gritty, when it comes down to the deepest part of everything that you have to focus on, when it comes to the hard moments, women tend to fold. Let me repeat that again. When it comes to the hard moments, women tend to fold because they are not in check with their emotions. They are not in check with their emotions. They are emotional beings. They're emotional creatures. They're emotional people, right? When it comes to someone dealing with the nitty-gritty, when it comes to someone dealing with the hard, rough moments, you need someone that is going to stand upon their masculine principles and take charge of the situation. Let me repeat that again. You need someone that is masculine and is going to put their feelings aside and take charge of the situation. You don't have opportunity, you don't have time to joke around when it comes to the nitty-gritty, because that could be life or death. That could be money or no money. You feel what I'm saying? So when you're dealing with people that are going to allow their feelings to get in the way of making the best decision possible, why would they be in the leadership position? Why should they lead? Why? I'm generally curious. Why should they lead? Right? This right here that we're seeing from Kid Cudi is an example of why men need to bring back their masculinity. Every single man in this world has the ability to portray masculinity. But the thing is that this society is trying to down masculinity. This society is trying to wipe away masculinity completely and say masculinity is trash when it comes to men. But instead, they're promoting women turning to become masculine by the strong and independent movement, right? Saying, I don't need a man, I can do it all by myself. So when you believe that you're strong and independent, I don't need a man, I can do it all by myself, and then you have a good man that comes into your life, you turn him down. And then when you're lonely, when you're in your 60s and 70s, even 40s and 50s, right? You're probably wondering, what did I do wrong? Why? Because you didn't focus on becoming the highest value woman that you could become. You think that your achievements, right, when it comes to your career can match up to a man's. It really can't. Because that's what a man is judged off of. Right? What he can contribute to the marketplace, what he can contribute to other people's lives in the form of service. A woman, you're not judged off of that. You're judged off of how you can be the best woman that you can be, how feminine you can be, how you can be a nurturer, how you can be a mother, how you can take care of people, right? Not your career. I'm not saying that those aren't pluses, but at the same time as well, too, you're not being judged on those standards. The thing is that women want to be judged on the same standards as men, but they can't take the same heat that men take. If women were held accountable the same way that men were held accountable in this society, there wouldn't be a problem, but that's the type of society we live in. But there's always double standards for each gender, regardless of the situation. But the point is that masculinity is being torn down by men, or torn down from men. Men need to bring back their masculinity in order to be able to attain the full situation in which going on. This situation with Kid Cudi needs to stop. Any man that sees that situation should not be happy about that, should not be proud of that. That's very embarrassing, right? And the thing is that that's another thing that's going to be promoted, to say that that's how men should be able to embrace other sides of them and that they shouldn't be hard and all that. That's a bunch of nonsense. That's a bunch of baloney, man. I don't believe that. That's nonsense. Utter nonsense. Embrace your masculinity. The Most High wants you to be masculine. The Most High wants you to embrace your masculinity. But you're not going to be able to become the most masculine version of yourself if you do not grow spiritually with the Most High. You need to grow spiritually. You need to pray to God. You need to meditate to God. You need to ask Him to help you to determine what you want Him to do in your life, or for what you want Him to help you so you can do in other people's lives, so He can bless you sevenfold. You have to really determine what you're called to do on this earth so you can be able to embrace your masculinity as a man and not fall to a victim. And do everything that you have to do in order to become the most masculine version of yourself, to become the most spiritual version of yourself, to become the most financial version of yourself, to become the most physical version of yourself, to become the most mental version of yourself. If you understand, it's because you're woke. If you don't understand, you're not woke. This is going to be the end of this video. If you like this video, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this video with your friends, subscribe to the channel at WokeEbucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below. So with social media links, so make sure y'all go give those a check. But without further ado, this is going to be the end of this video. This is WokeEbucks, and I'm out, man.